When it comes to video games, my favorite genre will have to be prehistoric caveman games like Chuck Rock, Joel Mac, and Flintstones. I love these type of games. When I came across Bonk or PC Kid, I was blown away. I remember watching, I think it might have been a long play of it or something, or some sort of gameplay of it. I watched 15 seconds and I was hooked. Immediately, I started trying to look into like how I could play this game because it was on the PC Engine. Never heard of a PC Engine ever. Like, you know, prior before this is like 2016 or so. And I just had an NES and a Sega Mega Drive at the time, and I was quite happy just playing that. But when I saw this like PC Engine, I strictly went out of my way to buy this PC Engine, get it RGB modified, everything, all the bells and whistles on it, just so I can play this Bonk game. I was blown away, but like I think when I bought the game, it wasn't until like a year later, and this would have been like on my first trip to Japan. I've been to Japan 3 times, and on my first visit, I went straight to, I think I got it at Super Potato, and I remember it was about $50 or so. I was happy as hell to pay that. When I bought it, I was like, let's go home. But when I got the game at home and started playing it, did I like it? Well, here's my review of Bonk. Hope you guys enjoy.
The evil King Drool has kidnapped Princess Za, and it's up to PC Kid to save the princess. Well, the story isn't that complex, but it's pretty fun to play. Honestly, after a while I really didn't even care what I was doing. I just had fun going through the levels and just fighting the bosses. You control PC Kid through 10 colourful, vibrant stages. The levels are also broken up with mini stages, which are kinda fun. My favourite stage will have to be being inside this dinosaur's mouth. The animation when he opens up his mouth makes this game look like a 16-bit game. Actually, throughout the game you are treated to some incredible graphics. Controlling PC Kid is simple. The PC Engine controller is much like the NES controller, a 2-button powerhouse. PC Kid uses his head not for thinking, he uses his head for a weapon. You don't jump on enemies in this game, forget that. PC Kid uses his giant skull to terminate enemies in this game. Who is this guy? A personal favourite feature that I like in this game is seeing how long I can keep an enemy in the air by using some soccer skills. You also get extra points by doing this, and sometimes I get a little bit carried away. I wish this was featured in the minigames, I would have racked up some hella points. A lot of fruit can be found throughout this game, but is Bonk a vegetarian? I don't think so. This guy powers up from eating meat. This animation never gets old. I think PC Kid would have made a great cartoon series, just by watching his animations throughout the game. He's a funny character. Some of the enemies in PC Kid are pretty unique looking. The main enemies that you come across are these guys wearing eggshells for helmets. My favourite enemy has got to be this pterodactyl character, just because he looks so haggard. The boss battles are the best part of this game. There are only 5 in total, including King Drool, but they are so memorable. They're only memorable because you fight him twice. This boss kinda looks like My Pet Monster, and look at what happens when you beat this boss. Oh my. My favourite boss would be this streetcar. I hated this boss when I first went up against him because I just couldn't find his weak spot. He's pretty challenging, but the final boss King Drool is the most challenging boss of course. Make sure you stock up on some extra lives when you go up against him because he can easily drain your health fast. King Drool has some skills. If you have watched my long play, you would have seen how I struggled with King Drool a bit. Those Tridots got out of control at one point, but besides King Drool, my run with this game was pretty smooth. One thing I hated was mistiming PC Kid's flying head attack. A mistiming can really cost you. This game has so much replay value. I like coming back to this game and trying to find all the hidden stages, and I also like the power-up animations as well. They always make me smile. Was it worth buying the PC Engine just to play PC Kid? Definitely worth it. I really enjoy collecting for this console thanks to this game.
And that's my review for PC Kid. I had a lot of fun putting this together because this game is awesome. I had a great experience playing this game. I loved everything about it, from the sound to the graphics and stuff. The graphics were so cool. At times I was like, this is a 16-bit game? especially that time when in that level where the dinosaur opens up his mouth. I thought that was so cool. This game might set you back quite a bit of money. That's the only setback on this one. I'm from Australia, so this game might set you back $100, which sucks. But I highly recommend playing this any way you can, because if you've never played it, you would get such a kick out of this one. This one is, I guess this guy's like a Mario character for the PC Engine and Turbografx. I know personally from, I've grown up in Australia my whole life. I've never heard of this guy ever, and I've never really heard of a PC Engine or a Turbografx, but if you've never played this game or never heard about this game, my god, you love it. Anyways, in my next review, it's going to be a Game Boy game. And this is a Game Boy game that I picked up in Japan last year in November. This is a game that I've been after for a long time. And I was so lucky to come across this. This was in like Bonk in Japan. And it was in a kind of like a bargain bin section where all the games were, and I was flicking through and it was just sitting there on top. And I was like ecstatic, like I was nearly doing the Ren and Stimpy scream when I saw it. I was just like, oh my god. And yeah, I was so lucky to pick this up for $50. This game runs from I think $300 to $250, and I was happy to pay the $50 easy, because I am not paying that type of money for a $250 for a Game Boy game. Are you kidding me? So that's going to be in my next review, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review that I put together for PC Kid. Anyways, take it easy, guys.